Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I am looking at is Alien Hymns and Stoner Fables. It's an Imperial Oatmeal Stout clocking in at 10.5% alcohol. It's brewed by Burlington Beer Company. They are out of Williston, Vermont. I've never had this beer before. This beer is either from Bumpy or Eric Fraunfelter. I can't remember which. But I appreciate the beer. I'll post links to both of their channels in the description below. I've had a couple beers from Burlington Beer Company now, and they've been pretty enjoyable. I don't think I've had a stout from them. Most of the beers that I've had from them have been IPAs. So let's see what we're dealing with here. Go ahead and crack it open. 10.5% for a non-barrel aged stout. That's getting up there. Here's your pour. Pretty thick pour, but not super thick. Not quite motor oil. And as I was pouring it, I could see some brown notes. Also, when I hold it up to the light, although it does pretty much look jet black in the glass. The head, about 2 fingers worth of a pretty creamy looking, I would say, beige head. So the aromas with this, getting some dark chocolate, dark toasted bread notes from the roasted malt. Maybe a little bit of the oatmeal is coming through as well. That oat aroma that you get sometimes with these stouts. You also get the same thing sometimes from IPAs that use flaked oats. But it definitely has a nice aroma, pretty straightforward, dark chocolate, the roasted malt, maybe a slight caramel note in there as well, but that's pretty much it. Pretty straightforward on the aroma. I am salivating, so without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Very nice. So on the palate, I'm getting dark chocolate. I'm also getting a little bit of milk chocolate. In the middle of the sip, you're getting that deep, dark, roasted malt character. Some really darkly toasted bread. Not quite burnt, but definitely on the darker side. From that also, I'm getting a little bit of a coffee note. There's no coffee added to this beer, but it does provide a little bit of a coffee note from the intensity of the roasted malt. Very enjoyable beer. The finish is kind of wet, has a slight creamy mouthfeel from the oatmeal. Very enjoyable. Very enjoyable beer. It definitely doesn't drink like a 10.5%er at all. It's very non-alcohol forward for sure. Nice head retention for a 10.5%. Some nice glass lacing going down as well. This is a winner. This is one of the better oatmeal stouts that I've had recently. It doesn't have any alcohol presence. It's smooth and creamy all the way through. It doesn't burn going down. It's not warming at all. So you really got to be careful with this because it drinks like a 6%, but it's a 10.5%. Anything else on the label here? This is the 2021 version. I think they've been making it for a few years now, but they do have the 2021 date on the label. I don't see a specific date or date code as to when this beer was brewed. Actually, it says 09/17/21. So September 17th, 2021. That makes sense. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. A nice, straightforward Imperial Oatmeal Stout. Nice dark chocolate, little milk chocolate, some nice dark bready notes in the middle, a little bit of coffee, nice and smooth on the way down. No burn, no alcohol presence. It's a wonderful beer. I'm gonna give this a 96. I think for what they tried to do, they nailed it on the head. This is a super easy drinking, delightful, straightforward stout with great flavor. If you're going from like Guinness and you want to get into some higher ABV stouts, this would be one to kind of go for first, I think, before you get into some of the crazy barrel aged stuff. This would be one that could kind of get your palate used to a little bit more of the high alcohol stuff while still maintaining that classic stout flavor. No additives, no, I mean, of course the oatmeal in there, but that just kind of gives it a creamier mouthfeel. It doesn't really impart a ton of flavor. You're still getting the primary roasted malt character with this one, like you do with pretty much all your standard stouts. So 96 out of 100 for Burlington Beer Company's Alien Hymns and Stoner Fables. Buy it, try it. Let me know what you guys think if you can find it in your area. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Until next time, everybody. Cheers.